In last week's edition of The Buzz of Madison County, we heard from Penny Stevens of Essential Senior Health and Living about the growing number of programs that allow seniors to stay independent longer than some circumstances might limit.
One area that we know is a big need is transportation for seniors. And every, medical professional knows that that is an area that is difficult for seniors to get transportation to appointments, to the hospital for things.
Ironically or not, within hours, we learned of a Madison County entrepreneur that recognized that need and for over a year now has been providing a solution to that need. Rhonda Goodpaster was working in an accounting office when the idea came to her. And today, Rhonda tells us how her growing business, Affordable Care Transportation LLC, came to be from an encounter in that office.
I had a lady come in from Aflac. She was from Indianapolis, and she was interviewing all of us about our Aflac. And she was telling me she was opening an NEMT business, non-medical transportation business. And then she said, I think you'd be good at this. I laughed. I said, no, I do numbers. I don't drive vehicles.
Has anything in your past prepared you for the role that you're in now?
Not really. I think what brought it all to a head for me was after my father died 7 years ago, I started taking care of my mom, taking her to all of her doctor's appointments and this kind of thing. So, I've always cared for her, picking her up and taking her. But to prepare me for this type of business, no, I didn't have anything in my past. I truly feel like I got to where I am because God led me here. This is what you need to do. After several months, I ended up called one of my good friends, who's also my silent business partner, and I ran it by him. And he goes, you do it, I'll back you.
Tell me about getting started from ground zero.
I talked to my family first. I knew how to set up a business from my background as in accounting. The hurdles that it took to overcome and get it going was a lot because you have a lot of different things you have to deal with the state, with the brokers that has control over all of this. The insurance was another big area that I had trouble getting because it's very expensive for this type of business. And so after I got all those things in place, we'd already bought a van and we were thinking about buying the second one. So then I opened my business, officially started my first run on June 21st of 21.
Last week on The Buzz of Madison County, we interviewed Penny Stevens of Essential Senior Living, and she was talking about the various services that they network. Did you find that there was a niche for this particular type of business in Madison County?
I did not do a lot of research on it. It was more a fact of hearing people talk about how they couldn't get to doctor's appointments. You have to work through Southeast Trans, which has the contract for state of Indiana. And so in reaching out to them, they told me there was a lot of need in the area. But virtually before that, it was just something that weighed heavy on me, that there were people in need that needed help and weren't getting it.
How many vans, how many drivers do you have now, and what kind of a volume are you recognizing?
I've just hired some new people, and they're not quite in place yet. But when I have that done, I will have a total of 7 full-time, counting myself, and 2 part-time drivers. And then I also have a scheduler and a part-time office person that helps me. I hired someone that is going to live in the Sheridan area, which will help me cover Kokomo, Noblesville, and branch out that direction, which I'm being told more that there's a huge need over there. And then I have one of my brothers that also does a lot of my mechanic work for me. Most everyone on my staff are my family, or they are very good friends of mine. My sister-in-law, she does all my scheduling. My son works for me. My husband works with me. My daughter works part-time for us. And then we just have various other friends and neighbors. I've been very fortunate that they all have the same heart to help people. And I wouldn't be where I am right now if it wasn't for the help of all these people. So that's how our team is coming together.
When we set up a transport with you, obviously we're entrusting our loved one into your hands. Let's talk about your philosophy of that.
I make sure that the vans are clean and just, showing kindness and care and letting them know that we do care about them, that this is not just a job for us. We really are trying to make a difference. And the only way we can do that is by showing kindness and love to people. So I guess to answer your question is I would hope that my character and the character of my people that work for me would make you feel very comfortable in letting us transport your loved one.
Currently, what is your coverage map?
I am covering Madison, Delaware County. I pick up in those areas, but I go to various places. We have trips that go to Marion, Fort Wayne, Elwood, Ellick, LaPel, Noblesville, Indianapolis, Newcastle. So we've covered a lot of area as far as people who have single trips that need to go to those places. But then the majority of all of our business is here in Madison and Delaware County. And that was my goal, is to cover the area I'm in first before I branched out to other areas.
What kind of feedback are you getting from your passengers or their families?
My feedback comes from mostly when I drive and I get to see other people and they tell me how well my driver was, how kind they were, and that, we take that extra step to help them. Because a lot of the people that we take are people that have zero transportation, or they don't have a loved one to pick them up and take them or make sure they get here or there. A lot of these people that we take virtually have no family, no one that's there to help them. And to me, that weighs heavy on my heart because I came from a big family, so we always helped each other no matter what it was. And I feel compassion for these people because I think of how lucky I am. And so the only thing I can do is try to show that compassion to them when I pick them up and I take them places. And, they tell you their past, their history, and just showing them that you care.
Rhonda explained to us off the air that their service is Medicaid eligible in most cases, as well as some other types of assistance. Rhonda, we're very appreciative of your time with us and for the compassionate service that Affordable Care Transportation provides to make our community a better place to live. You can find Affordable Care Transportation on Facebook or call them at 765-620-7810. Thanks for listening. That's the latest buzz in Madison County.